All right, let's jump right in. If you're an early career researcher, you already know it's one of the most exciting and, let's be honest, overwhelming times of your life. It's this incredible world of opportunity, but it's also packed with intense pressure. So, the big question is, how do you go beyond just surviving and actually thrive? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down, using some amazing advice from Dr. Sarah Walker.
And wow, this quote just hits the nail on the head, right? This is the feeling. You're standing there at this massive crossroads with all these amazing paths stretching out in front of you. But when you look down, you've only got this tiny little carry-on bag. And that's all your time, your energy, and your resources. It's just the perfect metaphor for the choices you face every single day.
So yeah, that crossroads, it perfectly sums up the core dilemma, doesn't it? It's this constant tug of war between two really powerful forces.
And this just lays it all out, side by side. On one hand, you have this incredible excitement, this buzz, you're finally in the field you love, you've got the freedom to chase down your own ideas, to shape your own research path. It's absolutely exhilarating. But then, bam, the other side hits you. The pressure is so real. You've got short-term contracts hanging over your head, this constant feeling that you have to prove yourself, and you're trying to keep all these plates spinning. Research, teaching, publishing, it's a lot.
So, what do you do? How do you actually find your way through this maze without getting totally lost or just completely burning out? Well, the good news is there's a roadmap. It really boils down to three fundamental pillars that can give you some much-needed stability and a sense of direction.
Let's talk about pillar number one. And this one is huge. Find your community. You know, for a place that's filled with people, academia can be a surprisingly lonely place. And trying to go it alone, it's just not a winning strategy long term. Your connections, they're your lifeline for real.
But what does finding community actually look like? It's not just one thing, right? It can be the big, formal stuff, like joining a professional society in your field, say something like ISSID, to meet folks from all over the world. It can be just showing up to conferences. You never know when a random chat over bad coffee could spark your next big collaboration. But it's also the smaller, more intimate stuff, which is maybe even more important. Things like forming a peer mentoring group, or starting a writing circle, or hey, even just finding those one or two colleagues you can send a text to when you're having a really, really rough day.
And let's be really clear here. This is so much more than just networking to get ahead. A true community, that's your support system. These are the people who get it. They're the ones who will genuinely celebrate a revise and resubmit with you because they know what a massive victory that is. They share real, practical advice, and they're the ones who are going to be there for you when you hit those setbacks. And trust me, you will hit them. It's about having people in your corner.
Okay, so once you start building that community, that support system, that leads us right into pillar number 2, finding balance. This is all about tackling that too many paths, not enough backpack problem we were just talking about.
Because when you're starting out, oh man, it is so tempting to say yes to every single thing that comes your way, isn't it? A new collaboration? Yes. Join a committee? Sure. Review a paper? Okay. I mean, you want to be a team player, and honestly, a lot of it sounds genuinely cool. But if you say yes to everything, you're going to find you have absolutely no gas left in the tank for the work that you are truly passionate about. So, how do you decide what's worth your limited energy? Here's a really simple 3-question checklist for a strategic yes. Before you commit, just pause and ask yourself, 1, does this actually align with my long-term goals and my values? 2, am I genuinely excited about this, or do I just have a bad case of FOMO, fear of missing out? And 3, and be honest with yourself here, do I really have the time and the mental space to do this well? If the answer to any of those is a no, it might need to be a strategic not right now. And that idea of long-term goals leads us perfectly to our third and final pillar, finding perspective. This one is all about taking a step back from the day-to-day grind and looking at the bigger picture of your career.
And this simple metaphor, it says it all. It's so easy to get caught up in the panic, the frantic rush to publish and secure that next grant, to treat your career like an all-out sprint. But a career that's sustainable, one that's actually fulfilling, that's a marathon. You have to pace yourself, have a strategy, and keep an eye on the long road ahead.
Shifting your perspective on this is an absolute game changer. Look, we all know what the academic world tends to celebrate.
It's the tangible outputs, the papers, the grants, the awards, the stuff you can list on your CV. And yeah, of course, that stuff matters. But what truly sustains you over the long haul? It's the other things, the strong relationships you build, the versatile skills you develop, the communities you get back to. That is your career's real foundation. So let's bring these three pillars, community, balance, and perspective, all together. It's about understanding that this is your marathon. You get to set the pace. And maybe most importantly, you have to realize you're not running this race all by yourself.
And I just love this part, because Dr. Walker gets so refreshingly honest right here. She basically says, listen, I'm sharing all this advice, but even I'm not great at doing it all the time. And that is so important to hear. This isn't about perfection. It's about knowing the right principles and just practicing them, even if you stumble. It's a great reminder that we're all just a work in progress.
So, to wrap it all up, what are the key things to take away today? First, be proactive. Don't wait for a community to find you. Go out and build it. Second, celebrate your wins, no matter how small they seem. A revise and resubmit is a huge deal. Third, be really strategic with your yeses. And finally, please remember, it is not only okay, but it is essential to ask for help and to set boundaries. That's a sign of strength, not weakness.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to take with you. As you stand at your own crossroads with your own unique paths and your own little carry-on bag of resources, what is the one thing, maybe a community you could build, a boundary you could set, or a perspective you could adopt that will help you thrive on your journey? Something to think about.